Now, looking back on just this year, how would you describe the physical toll in terms of just the hits, the reps you were getting? I mean, what was it like to go through that, and how important was the last 3 to 4 weeks to be able to rest and kind of recover and feel back to what you were in the preseason?
It was tough. But that's part of the game. That's why everyone doesn't play football. You have to be a certain kind of guy to play football. And I feel like the preparation over the summer and spring in the weight room really helped late in the season. So the hits that I took, I'm gonna get up from them.
We got a chance to ask guys like Dalvin and Travis what their first season was like, and with Dalvin, he said the biggest thing was, lifting and being smart about how he takes care of his body. For you, what would you say is the biggest lesson you learned from just between games and the maintenance you need to do?
Yeah, I agree with that one. Just lifting and taking care of your body, especially at a young age, because not a lot of guys really hop on that when they're young. They feel like they can just run around and be loose all the time. But as the season go on, the toe starts to kick in. So like just stretching and staying mobile.
DeAndre, how big of a test will this be for you personally against Michigan secondary?
Huge test. It'll be a test for not only me but for our offense as a whole. Going against well-coached defense like Michigan, a lot of those guys are very experienced. So I feel like it'll be a great test for our offense.
Is there anything particular, like when you think about Jordan Lewis or DeMonte Thomas or Channing Stribling or any of those guys? Is there any one thing that kind of jumps out about them?
Nah, not one thing. I feel like they have all the attributes to be great NFL cornerbacks.
Teammates have regularly said throughout the year that you won them over with your ability to be tough, to take hits and stuff, and I think you take pride in being able to. Have you kind of learned throughout the year like a balance of, okay, I could take some hits, or I need to it's a long season, I need to learn when to just get rid of the ball. You kind of learn that as the year's gone on and all?
Yeah, I really don't think about it, but when I'm in the game, I just play football. And I can throw it the way I do. But if I do get hit and I can't get up, I'm just gonna get up and continue to play. I feel like the most important play in football is the next play, and that's what Coach Fisher harps on, and that's what we know as a team.
That'd be funny, but going back to when you were in high school, what was it like to get hit there, whether it was at IMG or you in Orlando, versus now being hit by larger, faster linemen? I mean, I'm sure it's a difference, or is it a difference? Because I'm sure the average person doesn't know what it's like to be a quarterback and just get hit. So what is that difference like?
It's harder. Guys are bigger, faster. But I try to during the offseason get bigger and faster also, so it'd be equivalent to when I was in high school coming to college. So it's a part of the game, and I feel like if you can't take hits, you shouldn't play this game.
How much, you talked about preparing for that Michigan defense with CFL. How much is there that you can prepare for and kind of anticipate, and how much can you not really understand until you get in the game and start playing?
They're a very disciplined team, but we can just watch as much film as we can, and I feel like Coach Fisher and Coach Sanders will do their best to prepare me to, play well. But at the end of the day, you have to go out and react to whatever they're going to do.
DeAndre, how would you say was the season like for you playing alongside Dalvin?
It was great, great experience. Having a guy like Dalvin beside me, it's just a blessing. I feel like any quarterback in the nation would love to have a running back like that, but most important thing that he taught me was just leadership, consistency. And everybody sees his accolades on the field, but that's the guy he is off the field. That makes me love him.
Dalvin had one season with Jameis. Have you kind of just try to soak this all in, that this could be just one season with Dalvin and what that could mean for you guys?
Not really. I don't know what Dalvin's going to do, but we'll just focus on the bowl game. Focus on this last game during the season. It's not about Dalvin. It's about Florida State Seminoles. So that's what we harp on.
There's a chance, this could be the first bowl win since the 2013 title game. How important is that for you guys?
Very important. We want to go out the season with a bang. Let the seniors leave with a great legacy, and set the ground standards for next year, the next season.
DeAndre, how much time did you have with Jim Harbaugh when he was recruiting you? Did you guys have sit-down time, or did he just observe you and stuff like that?
I really don't remember. I remember meeting him, him being a great guy, strong grip, handshake type of guy. And I know he's a great coach, but I don't remember him coming and sitting down with me.
It wasn't a big impression on you necessarily. It was kind of late in the process, I think.
Yeah, it was signing day was a few days, and I feel like he had just got the Michigan job, so it was late in the process.
You talked about next year and kind of being on the right tone for you. Have you thought about kind of what it means in terms of a changing of the guard? Because we're going to see some of these experienced guys leave, and it is going to fall on guys like you and others to kind of set the tone. I mean, what does that leadership role mean to you, knowing that next year, like, you are a guy that people are going to look to?
I feel like it won't be any different. Coming in as a redshirt freshman quarterback this year, I was held to a high standard to lead, and I feel like next year I'll be held to the same standard to lead. So it won't be any difference. We're just going to go into the offseason with the mindset to work hard and be consistent.
I couldn't remember if it was Jim or another player who said that this year, if there was a time where you needed to tell an older player to shut up or be quiet, like, you had no bones about it. You didn't feel like you were this young guy. What would you say are the things that you learned this year in terms of being a leader that maybe you didn't learn in high school that have made you a better leader?
I learned how to be a follower. Follow the older guys like Dalvin, Dalvin, Rod, and some of the older guys on the team that has been there. So that helped me become a better leader. Seeing how those guys lead, taking in those accolades of how they do things, just helped me become a better leader.
Andre, it seems like there's a lot of mutual respect between both teams. I know Michigan players have talked about DeMarcus, saying that he could play for them, and they've spoke highly of you, during the past availabilities. Just when you look at kind of pound for pound, both sides, is this kind of like an ideal matchup for you?
I'm not sure. Whoever they tell us to play, that's who we're gonna prepare to play. Their defense is very stout. That's what I know. Very experienced team, well coached, and I know they're going to come to play. So we have to also.
They've had in the past couple of years. They've had problems with guys who can do it with their feet and their arm too. Have you thought about that? You might be the kind of guy who can give them some trouble.
No, I haven't thought about that. I'm just gonna stick to our game plan. Not try to do too much. Do whatever Coach Sanders and Coach Jimbo asked me to do.
I know we've talked to a different bunch of South Florida guys.